What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the Real Tay 614, and I'm coming at y'all with a banger today. Today, I'm gonna be giving y'all all the tips and tricks so that y'all will never lose again. As you can see, your boy went 161-0. Man, I have not lost a game. I have pretty much mastered it, and today I'm gonna be giving y'all all the pro tips, man, to make y'all better players. So make sure y'all lock in, like the video, and yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So first things first, I want to just talk about the settings. I feel like that's important when you start with any game. These are my playbooks that I rock by. I will cover those a little bit later. But play on Heisman, 4-minute quarters, kick. The reason you choose a kick because after you get the ball after halftime, if you're up, it makes the game a lot easier. Like you can just chew clock, etc., etc. Versus like if you're playing defense after half, it does make it a little bit harder. So kick, you want that, and then I mean the with win doesn't really matter. I use tap and hold. You can use tap tap. Scroll down to here. Now you only want to play on placement or placement and accuracy. I play on placement and accuracy because it lets me throw blue passes. If y'all didn't know, if you time your pass correctly, blue passes is the perfect accuracy. It helps when you play with a quarterback without the greatest throw stats. Placement, it relies on their throw stats. So if you don't have 90 throw accuracies like short, medium, and deep, they will throw inaccurates a lot more often if you play on placement versus like if you play on placement accuracy. They're going to throw inaccurates, but it's not going to happen as much. It's more so on you timing your passes, and I want to be in control of my passes. Second, you must, I mean, in my opinion, this is like a pro feature. Like if you turn it on small, this is what all the Madden MCS guys do. And yeah, if you put it on small, it lets you throw like way crazier passes to where only your receiver can catch it. And just like real life, you want to be able to, throw some crazy passes that, if you throw it incompletion, it's not an interception. You know what I'm saying? So small, it allows you to throw these bombs that I'm gonna show y'all later on in this video. And then I play on 7 reticle speed. I mean, this is a personal preference. This is what I like to play on, and I kind of stole it from a pro. And yeah, I like it. I recommend it. I'm not too sure. Y'all can go a little bit lower. Switch stick delay. Make sure you turn this on none. This way that you have full control over your his switch stick. This defensive heat seeker assist. Turn that off. You want to be in control of your players when you're going to make the tackle because the AIs they take dumb angles when you go to pursue somebody. They just take really bad angles. You want to make sure you are in control of that. I turn this off. You can turn it on. I just like to play with my. If I'm in a nickel formation, I like my nickel to be on the wide side of the field no matter what. If they come out in trips and say they have it on the short side of the field, if they go to flip, you know what I'm saying, then you stuck. You know what I'm saying? So they run their trips on the short side of the field. I'm happy with that. With my nickel being on the other side, that's just me. But I turn that off. Control player art. So I will show you on the practice mode, but basically it helps. Like because when I be streaming, I try not to show my play art as much so people can't know what coverage I'm in or whatever my adjustments. But it also helps to see that your guy isn't blitzing, that you're using because if he's blitzing, you can't really switch stick. Which I will cover later in this video. But that's pretty much all of the settings. Now we're going to talk about finding playbooks. Pretty much on defense, these are the only playbooks on defense, even though, like, at the beginning of this video, it said Miami. I am in 4-3 multiple. That is the defense that I am in. These are all the defenses. Even though they're teams, they're going to be one of these defenses. Now, offense is a little bit different. Like, you can come through here. I'm in the settings screen, create and share. You come over here to custom playbooks. And you can go in here, you can look through each formation and see what it looks like. So for example, I know Duke. Duke is a solid formation because it has my favorite formation, which is butt strong offset. This is my favorite formation. I'm gonna show y'all the other way that you can look for playbooks. So here go the other way you can look at playbooks, man. You come over here to CFB.FAN, and then you just hit playbooks at the top. And this is how I find my formations. So, example, defense. Say I want to sit in double mug. It's different double mugs, so that's a good thing. But say I want nickel wide. Nickel wide. You just hit that. You see that it's only in 4-3. You come over here. You get to see what 4-3 all has. If you're cool with that, then you go find that playbook. So that's kind of how I found my playbook. So like I said, my favorite formation is a gun formation because I like to pass the ball a lot. And bunch ace offset. Let's just say that. USC. That's the only one that has that. Let's go back over here. See, but reload. Sometimes the website does crash, and is what it is. Let me go do that again. Uh, I'm over here, Playbook Finder, and pretty much when I come in here, I know a bunch of this is my favorite play, this is my favorite play, this is my favorite play, this is my favorite play. With these 4 plays, I can win any game. I could just run these 4 plays and win. Come over here, you hit that, and as you can see, Oregon State is the only one that has it in this bunch ace. It's other formations that have it in another formation, but this is the playbook I have. I'm gonna show y'all why I run it. Now, this is the only playbook that has Bunch X Nasty besides these two. Bunch X Nasty is the popular playbook on or popular formation on MCS. And the reason why it's good is because it just causes your nickel to miss a line and stuff like that. Just a little nerd tips. Also, it has Bunch Strong Nasty. Now, I think this is the best formation in the game. Why? Because it has this wide trail, which you can just quick height with no adjustments. Good for Dynasty as well, for my Dynasty guys. This play right here, it got patched on Madden. It will be getting patched soon on college football. So a lot of people are abusing it. If y'all played it online, y'all know what I'm talking about. This little short route from B. Pretty much unguardable. I know how to stop it. I can show y'all if you want. But yeah, so this has dagger, has a good toss, got an inside zone. Solid little play. Like I said, it has my favorite formation. Boom, with all my plays. I love that. And then it also has this new formation that they added this year, which has an auto motion, which is pretty tough to guard. So it has a lot of different meta formations that are tough to guard. It has a trip, while trip's nasty. I know this play last year in College Football 25 was pretty OP. They have that as well. They also have a good wild trips week. This is like solid for me because I love a read option. They have a direct snap in this playbook right here in the red zone. I tend to go to that a lot because y'all know direct snaps are pretty good. Like I said, they got a trips tight end. You know, trips tight end is pretty good. You can motion out the running back versus cover 2 man. I will be covering this playbook in the practice mode very shortly. But as you can see, they have a lot of different stuff to go to if you are struggling versus an opponent, which is kind of what you want to look for when you're looking for your playbook. Now, if you're a runner, this is how I would go about, finding a playbook. You need to find a playbook that has your favorite formation. So if I like close, hit close. You see Kansas State, the only one that has that. You see they have all these different formations. A slot is a solid 2 tight end set with a QB power. So like that's how you would want to attack, looking for your favorite playbook. So the next thing I recommend doing is coming in here in the practice mode. After you found your playbooks, come in here in practice mode. Make sure you got 2 controllers because it makes it similar to where you can simulate a game setting on like what an opponent would like to do. The way I do it is I pick Western Michigan, put it on Heisman, as you can see. And then I pick LSU because LSU is like the popular team in regs because they have the best corners, the fastest guys, all that stuff. So I pick them and go against them in practice. So for offense, I'll go through my audibles real quick. Boom, boom. Just pause the video if you need to. These are the audibles that I use. I only use a few formations, but just in case I accidentally come out and coach suggestions, I like to have audibles that I can go to if I don't like to play. Um, y'all may notice like I always have triangle as like one of my run plays, and then square is normally my like for my audibles, my favorite pass play. That's kind of how I have it set up um, for most of this. Now in wire off trail close, I don't have a run play because I don't run out of that formation. If I'm in that formation, I'm literally there to pass the ball. I could always audible to another formation that has better run plays, in my opinion, to run the ball. These are my audibles if y'all want to copy it. A lot of people been asking for my ebook. This is kind of like a short little ebook. And yeah, let's get into offense versus defense. So these are the coach adjustments that I use for offense. I just turn this either on base or empty. Empty if your opponent is only sending 4, but they're doing stunts. I also block my running back if they're stunting. I just send out 4. But if they're in like mid blitz or something, I like to use base. It just works better versus overload blitzes, in my opinion. And then if I'm up by like say I like to shoot clock once I go up 21, or if I'm playing a comp player, if I'm up 14, I always turn this on conservative when I'm like running the ball and stuff like that. But I don't shoot clock. This is what I mean by chew clock. I don't really turn this on turbo or no huddle. I tend to do it myself. If y'all didn't know, turbo, you hold square, triangle, you hold is basically a no huddle. Also, the reason I have my audible set up like this is like if you choose turbo, you can only choose these two plays, and these are pretty much two stock plays. Like I said, my favorite formation is bunch strong offset. I'm gonna show y'all the importance of like having man beating routes, since man coverage you're gonna see a lot versus like very good players, because that's the best like defense. And then also on defense, the coach adjustments I like to use: put this on conservative, put this on aggressive, conservative, and then put this on close and pinch. The reason you want to put these on conservative is because you want the quarterback to not be able to keep it on the read option, especially on the RPO, because that's how they can break out loose. Also, same thing with this. You want them to focus on the pass. For example, when they run that RPO read flat play that I was telling you about, they do a little bit better job of guarding it. This read option, same thing. You want to limit the quarterback from keeping it. Then you also, if they run an option, they're more likely to pitch it. That's when the big plays happen. Kind of want to limit that. You kind of want the quarterback to keep it so you can give him some wear and tear. That's pretty much it. Here versus mid blitz. I'll show you how I came up with my playbook. Now for bunch, you really want to run it on the short side of the field like this. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what route's probably man. So this circle route from circle, it wins versus man at a high rate. A running back route from triangle, and wins versus man. This zig route right here that I'm running on R1, it beats man. And that's pretty much the best routes that beat man from that you hot route. You can put a post. You can put a post. Hold on. Like that. You can stem it all the way down like this by pressing L1. That does do a good job, but it doesn't fry man. I'm gonna give y'all some free sauce on what beats man. So I've been gatekeeping this, but since everybody been asking, so you see this route from double cross R1, it fries man. I don't know why it does. This is what I learned from labbing, and like I said, the way I found it out is I picked the sorriest team, play against the best DBs. If the sorriest receiver can get open versus the best DBs, then it will work if you got the best receivers on the field. And that goes for my no money spin guys. I was no money spin as well. I just ended up winning a lot. This corner strike route, it does fry man. This route right here, any short corner. So for example, this bench double post, that route from circle, it does take a little time from to develop. Let me hide my camera. Y'all can't even see the play. My bad. This route from circle does fry man. It just takes a little bit to develop, and you have to throw a right away if your receiver is trash. Square is a short corner route. You kind of find a short corner route by how the angle they turn. Like X, this spot replace play is a short corner route. R1 is a short corner route from bunch smash. And like I said, this flat quick play is pretty OP because it fries man and zone. Wide trail, you can't hot route X on that play, so that play fries man. The drag fries man. Drags do fry man, especially coming from the tight end. So that's pretty much it from that. Another play, if you're playing against, this is why I love this formation versus mid blitz. Boom, come out here run my little wide flat. As you can see, he's going to get open. He's going to get open. It's pretty much a free 10 yards. A lot of people know about this play. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do it again just to show it's not a fluke. Now, the way I stop this play is on defense, I just hard flat this guy by pressing like this. So it looks like, but I'm not like that. Like this. It would look like this. And as you can see, when I go to learn the play, he does a better job of getting out there. You feel me? That's how you stop that play if people are just spamming. But that play is fries, man. And y'all know I like to sit in mid blitz a lot. Also, short post routes like this double post from R1, it gets open versus man. It's not as consistent, but it works. So right here, I'm gonna just block my tight end, and I'm gonna run the play just like this. Mind you, that is the best. You see versus Stamps. Stamps is like one of the best cornerbacks on this game. I'm showing on replay mode. He got open. This is open. If y'all did not know, this is open. You could pass lead this like away from and down. I'll show y'all better. Delaney, that's Delaney, my bad. But like I said, these are the best cornerbacks. Boom. He got blanket coverage. You pass lead that down and away just like that, and you can catch it every single time. Do it one more time just to show y'all that it works. Mind y'all, this is Western Michigan. Sorry, team. Sheds are crazy. Boom. He had a chance to catch it. He just watered it down. But that's how you know that route works. Also, the only player you can put a short corner on is your tight end like this. You see how I put it? That's a short corner. You did not know. So your tight end will be your favorite friend on this game, especially versus man coverage. Same thing with this what's your name? So say if I come out and I press, I see that the running back won't be pressed. You know what I'm saying? And a little tip is before you send him out on a route, you see this is a will route. You put him on a streak right now and then you motion him out, it'd be a streak like that, and that's the streak you want because that's gonna fire him in. Versus like if you wait and you go over there and you put him on a streak, boom, it's gonna give you that, and that's not as OP as the one that I just showed y'all. See when I'm motioning back out, it's a will, it's really a will route. So that's a little pro tip right there. But as I will show y'all, just put some zigs on the field and do something like this. This route versus X will get open versus man coverage. A lot. So that route right there will fry man. Key to building any scheme is finding routes that fry man, and then after you find routes that can fry man, anybody can beat zone on this game. You just gotta, know how to a few concepts, and I'm gonna teach y'all some concepts that I learned. So let's come on to my favorite play, dagger versus random play, just to show y'all. Also, I'm gonna be showing y'all how to read coverages. So right now, when I come up to the line of scrimmage, this is what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking man or zone. That's how I like to approach it. And sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes you play players that they'll do something like this. Just come out of the man blitz, and then let me just show cover 2 or something like that. Oh, hold on, that definitely looks like. But let me see. Do some quick adjustment. So I chose, as y'all see, this is cover 4, right? But they can do something like this. Hold on. They can do something like this. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something that they can do, but it looks like cover 4 from my perspective. So not knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of like I'll look at it. So back to the regular play. I'm not knowing what they in. It turns out that they're in zone coverage, but or right here they're in man. It doesn't look like it. It still looks like zone. So first thing I think, blitz or no blitz, man or zone. So right here, I'm thinking this man. I'm thinking it's zone. So I come out here, run my little what's your name. I didn't even do my hot routes. Sorry about that. So this is one of my favorite route combos versus zone coverage because it has a high low. You know what I'm saying? From circle and X, it's gonna put the user in conflict. They have to choose which route they're gonna guard. Also, R1, it does beat cover 3. Square is a clear out route. If they press him, I normally have takeoff on that guy. They press him, that could be a 1-play touchdown. But square is going to clear out any deep blue, and it's going to help get X open. Now, if I'm not right here, I'm expecting the blitz because they have 6 people on the line. So I don't know if they're in man or zone, but I'm expecting a blitz. So I'm going to block my running back to give me a little bit more time. If I seen something like this is what I would do. Because like I said, it's same concept, but this time I got a man beam route to the right side. So I don't know what coverage they're in. Boom. It turns out to be zone. I'm going to take my drag. And yeah, we want to just rack it up the field. That's kind of how I approach it with dagger. Same thing right here. I don't expect blitz right here. So this time I put triangle. Now I have like R1 clearing out any deep zone for triangle. I also have a high low with X to circle. Boom. Take my drag because I'm getting barked at. Get some yards, juke, whatever. The key to offense is just taking what the defense give you. Don't force it. Like y'all see right here. I'm expecting man coverage because square is jammed up to him. I'm gonna keep him on that streak. Now I'm gonna do the same thing. Like I said, I just make sure you have money plays that you can go to just to get you in the flow of things. You know what I'm saying? So boom, he got jammed. X got jammed, but y'all see my route over here by X gets open, and boom. So this is one of my favorite plays. Also, I'm gonna show y'all how to bomb coverages just in case. All right. So see, you pass lead that up and away, and that's a touchdown. Now the quarterback did miss the pass, but that's my bomb play. Yeah, I like to run. Now you also want to have a solid run. Duo is my favorite run. I'm just run it versus regular offense. And the way you want to run duo is you want to wait the whole left stick, whole R2 until you get like a gap like that. At first, you can bounce this run any way, you know what I'm saying? Just depending on what the defense give you. Like, and then you press R2. And then also how you speed boost is it's the angle of what you run at, and then you press R2. So boom, running at an angle, and then hold on, I didn't get the boost that I wanted. It works well when you really got shifty. I see that little boost that I got, like it's like when you going at an angle, you press R2, it give you like a little boost. I'm gonna see if I can do it again. It's not working. One more time. But this is a really good run. Y'all see it's working versus LSU, and I got Western Michigan. I'm getting about 5 yards a pop. So that's the run play out of this. This is like my mini scheme. And then like I said, I'm expecting man coverage. It's corner out from corner straight has a really good what's your name? I'm gonna play versus any defense. So typically this is what I like to run. Post corner, what's your name? So X is going to be a high low with square, an X. And then circle, it gets under the zones and it beats man coverage. R1, sometimes I might put him, like say if it's like a third and whatever, I might put him on a curl, hit him. That's like freestyling though. That's like something that you find out later. Or you can do something like this. This flat route from triangle will clear out any zone, like flat zone, and open up a pocket for square. Because you're going to think about it like this. I'm going to break it down concept. So let's see, what defense are they in? So they're in this, right? Say if they're in hard flats. This guy got to go all the way out here to guard this flat. Right? That flat going to take him out. Now there's 3 rec. This 3 rec got to choose between this post and this switch name. He's going to like be back here, and then it's going to just open up a spot for square. This deep route going to get cleared out from by this, and now you have this big old gaping hole to throw the drag to. You know what I'm saying? Also, this corner route is going to take the corner route, so you're gonna have like a little pocket right here to throw the corner route. And then you also gonna have like a chance to throw this post like in here. The way I design my route combos is I want to attack areas of the field. You want to have like a high low. Like my high low in this play is circle and triangle. So you're putting this hard flat in conflict. Like if he guards the hard flat, then I throw it to circle. If he stays out there in a curl flat and he gives up the flat, you throw it to triangle. So you just want to put, especially versus zone coverage, that's how you attack it. You just want to create high lows across the field. Typically, keys would be somebody user. The high low will be X, R1, and square coming across the middle, so he has to choose one or the other. And yeah, it's just a good play call. Also, sometimes I might do something like this. I put him on a will route, that R1 would clear on anything, and now he has to choose between square and triangle. So that's just some of the routes that I choose. Let me just show y'all real quick. Boom. You see how he got open in that pocket, and now we're off. Throwing drives on this game is really good because the amount of yardage you can get after the catch. Also, if I'm expecting just pure man coverage, but I know this is cover 3, or I'm assuming it's cover 3. Now, if it's cover 3, which I'm assuming, like y'all can see, this is the one high safety. That's how I read pre-snap. Boom, throw it right here, pass, lead it down. It's just little stuff like that, little tips like that. That's how I come up with schemes. I can come up with a scheme in any formation. For example, let's just come out here and normal Y off. I don't think it's the best, but first thing, I want to find good stock plays that have good man being routes that I can't high route. Now, strong flood is a good play. I would have it in my what's your name, curl flats. I might have that in my audibles. This shallow cross triangle will get open. This double dig, you just lab it. You know what I'm saying? You come out here, you pick man coverage, pick overstorm brave, and you block your running back, and you see how open your X route gets. He's not really that open, but he's getting open. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you like how much he's getting open, then you put that play in your audibles, and then you just build off of that. You know what I'm saying? You need at least like 1 to 2 good routes that's going to fry man coverage. Now let's just come out here in this strong flood. I'll show you how to build a little scheme real quick. Boom. I like this right here because it creates a high low with X and R1. Now a Texas route does fry man. I forgot to put that in here. So boom, I'm gonna show you that real quick. So I'm gonna drag. So I'm gonna come back because comebacks do get open, or curl route also gets open versus man. Put him on a comeback. This is because I know it's in man coverage. Boom. You see R1 gets open. R1 gets open, fries him, etc. etc. So you just want to find, something that you like and just find man being routes. Now, versus zone. Let's just run the cover 3 cloud. This is a good play. Y, boom. Circle is going to clear out anything for R1 and X. That's about 4 yards right there. You'll take that 4 times 3. If you get that 3 times, that's 12. That's the first down. And that's kind of how you want to build your offense. But now that I'm done talking about offense, because I gave y'all pretty much a free scheme, let's talk about defense, man. Let's talk about defense. So with defense, this is my audibles that I use. Pretty much I sit in double mug or 6-1 or somewhere. My philosophy on defense is that I got to be able to send at least 4 to 6. On defense, maybe even 7. I want to send pressure. Don't nobody like getting blitz all game. And then, you know, if I want to play zone, say I'm up, I want to play zone, come out here and single mug, low mugs, and play like cover 3 one side, cover 4 the other. Quick adjusting is like the best thing you could do or learn how to do. It allows you to just run defenses that will help you stop anything. Like you can put whatever you want on the field once you learn how the zones work. Like for example, curl flats stop curl routes for the most part, corner routes. Once you learn how to like stem them up to stop a deep curl or like put your zones to 15. Also here go to what's your name? Like I told y'all, do that, do that, do that, do that. No, I'm probably all over the place with this, but I wanted to make sure I give you a lot of tips on like what I like to do. So first things first, right? Before you even pick your play, you gotta wait to see what your opponent comes out in. I have defenses for certain formations, but for the most part, let's just say they come out in here with something that doesn't have a tight end. This is how I like to guard that. I'm out here with my double mug, boom. Now typically I like to have quick jumps on these guys, on this guy, and this guy. That's kind of how I run my defensive ultimate team. And then when you come out mid blitz, you want to hover right here. Why do you hover right here? Because if you go to the blocking, one sec, you go to the blocking, y'all see that you're accounted for, and that guy off the right edge is going to come in free. Now, a good player, this is how you would stop this because you might play mid blitz online. You can identify him, right? Now, the difference between me and a lot of people is once they run mid blitz, let's say, dang, I accidentally disconnected my. So once you know they hike the ball, whatever they identify as mid blitz, most people gonna put like a curl route over here, come back, whatever, and then they might stem down this post, and then they might put another curl route over here, like that. They might run something like this, right? Most people, once you unidentify them, so you got to block in. Y'all see that he's unaccounted for, and you know if he comes in, he comes in. Most people after they run it, they back up like that, and now they got time to throw the ball because they picked up the blitz. Y'all see that he fried, etc., etc. Me, on the other hand, I come down here, let's say, boom, we do it again, unidentify him. Now, this is my adjustment when I play stuff like this. Boom, they think I'm blitzing, they think I'm sending 6. Now you pull up your subs menu because what you could do is when you pull up your subs menu, you could just have your stick hold it down like this and your player won't move. So after the snap, he will just run straight down or whatever direction you're holding your stick in. So if y'all see me do that a lot on stream, that is why. Boom, say I hike the ball. Hold on, do that again. Set up the same route combos. It's hard to do this with 2 controllers. Boom. Boom. Say he identified me. Show y'all again. Boom. I'm unidentified. So he hikes the ball. Y'all see, I'm gonna just come in free, and he's not gonna have that much time. And then I put what I did was I put my running back responsible for I put my middle linebacker like that. I might put my guy on deep blue if I wanted to switch stick off. And then like when I engage with the center, since I'm not really the only reason I held it down is because I knew he was unidentifying me. I kind of picked that up throughout the game. But if I just engage with the center like this, just hike the ball, I engage with the center, I know one of my guys is gonna come free. You spam X to get off the center, and that's pretty much how I run my man coverage, especially when they don't have a tight end. If you're playing versus mid blitz, you want to make sure you have a tight end on line. I'm gonna show y'all why. It makes it a lot better. So just come out with any formation. It could be this, for example, Mal versus double hook wheel because it does have a man B route from that square route. So you max protect. While you max protect, boom, bring him down, do this. Reason you max protect, you can get busy with 3 routes, trust. You see everybody's accounted for when you max protect. You got your, he can only blitz 7. Boom, I have my 1 beam route right there. Boom, I could do something like this. Yank the ball. Hit the ball real quick. Boom. Now I have time. Now I have time to like dot him up. So that's one way you could beat mid blitz, max protect. Another way you could beat it. Boom, say he's hovering. Most people, they don't do this adjustment right here. They don't put this guy on. Whatever. Most guys, they have blitz. And well, I forgot to do my adjustments. But you put your running back on the wheel, and 9 times out of 10, if y'all didn't know, the user on this game is slower than the AI for some reason. So if I put my guy on a wheel route, and what's your name is responsible for guarding him, he's going to burn him every single time. Every single time. I don't know why it's programmed like that. Like a user would not be able to keep up with him. This is probably a route combo I would use. I just wouldn't do it to this side of the field. I would do it to that side of the field because you want your corner route to, get open. So boom, do that. This Pope guy will not be able to keep up with the running back. I don't know why it's programmed like that, but that's how it is. Now, since I'm doing it with both controllers, the controller, the guy Pope, will actually be a computer because I'm not using him. I'm using the offense. But y'all get what I'm saying. He will fry man coverage if y'all just let it rock out. But that's that for the offense side. But if I was guarding something like this, say my opponent kept spamming his corner out versus me, right? Say, I got a soccer team. If you got a soccer team, don't run man coverage. But say they keep spamming this route combo, boom, on man coverage, and circle just keep frying. Just keep frying me. Like I got nothing for him, right? Right? Now, what I would do is, this is my adjustment right here. So the way you stop corner routes, put a cloud over there, man this guy up. So I would do something like that. And this guy up just in case they send him out. And now everybody's accounted for. Now, if I don't, sometimes I come out in mid blitz and I'm not sending 6. It's just the same look every time. Y'all don't know if I'm sending 6. Y'all don't know if I'm sending 5. Y'all don't know what I'm doing. But you have to account for just in case. Like pre-snap, you don't know what I'm doing. It looks like I'm just sending 6 and wearing man coverage, but in reality, this is my defense. Circle, the cloud is to stop that. Say if they keep spamming the curl route from this solo side guy, that's what they like to run. Hold on. Just imagine the curl route from square. This is something I would do. Boom, a curl flag. It's gonna stop that. Boom, I put a deep half just in case I got to switch stick off, and I know a post is coming across the middle of the field. I want to have an inside zone. This is the power of quick adjusting. If y'all did not know, you press X. If you're on that guy, you put your safeties in deep halves, deep inside thirds, quarters, hooks, curl flats. Your corners, you can put them in clouds, soft, hard flats, etc., etc. And then also, sometimes I like to put my outside guys, like my DNs, you double click the left arrow for the DNs, you double click the right arrow for the linebackers, you double tap triangle for your DBs. That's kind of how, like, and then once you use a certain formation, same thing with offense. Y'all know how, like, every time you hot route your offense, typically your tight end is X and stuff like that. So same thing with defense. If you sit in the formation long enough, the buttons won't change. So this is probably something I would do. Boom. If they got say they got an RPO that they've been frying you with, I would do something like that. Probably put this guy on a hard flat instead of a cloud. So that way, if they run a little RPO or like this running back route, instead of manning him up, say I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, just move this running back over real quick. Say they keep hitting you with this running back flat out the backfield or something like that. Boom, I'll come out here and put a hard flat instead of manning him up. And yeah, I would never pass commit. I only shade inside sometimes like that. That also boxes it, but let's run the play just to show that it does kind of stop the corner route. I see the corner route's not open, you know what I'm saying, because the cloud flout's over there. So it's all about figuring out what your opponent likes to do and taking it away from them. So that's how I would guard corner routes. Curl routes, typically a cloud flat or hook curl or mid read will help stop the ones in the middle of the field. But that's how I stop it from mid blitz, 5 wide or whatever. Let's just come out on 5 wide. This is 5 wide is pretty much easy to guard. All I do is come down, make sure I shade inside. I bring these guys down just in case they keep putting them on out routes. I either use this guy or this guy. And like I said, I come out here, I hold down. As soon as I engage with the lineman, I spam X and I go use it in the middle of the field. That's how I made most of the man beating routes come across the middle of the field, especially from a formation like this. You gotta think about it. You gotta think about when you're on defense, what would you do on offense? Typically, if you're a good offensive player, you know how to beat mid blitz, so you're gonna put, you know what I'm saying? You know how to beat it, so you know what areas of the field you are weak on. So for example, like if X is on a post right here, I'm cooked if he gets beat. That's a one play touchdown. Same thing with triangle. Triangle's not really gonna fry you on a zig. He's gonna fry you on a slant. If he catches a zig on the short side of the field like this, you got the sideline to help you out. It shouldn't be a one play touchdown. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a one play touchdown. That shouldn't be your concern. You should be worried about these 3 receivers on the right side of the field. This guy, it's more yardage that could be made from this right side of the field. Like circle can go on a drag. You know what I'm saying? That corner route from R1 can get open. Like the only thing that can really kill you on the left side of the field is that curl route. It could be annoying to guard. But after that, you know what I'm saying? Say he keeps spamming it down the field, you can't stop it. Boom, you just throw a little curl flat over there like this. And now you good to go. Yeah, you rushing 5, but at the same time, that 5, you playing 5-on-5. You guys got to get there at some point. You're taking away his first read. Typically, if you make the quarterback think, he's going to make mistakes. So that's typically how I play defense. I hope this is helping y'all out. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting something, but yeah, hold down, you hike the ball, hold down. You can also, if you get caught on the line, you want to switch stick. You switch stick with these, like you know what I'm saying, with the arrows, and then you can switch stick after that. Just make sure your opponent, like the person you're using, is in a like deep, what's your name, like a deep zone. You don't have to do that. Like he could be on the blitz. Say I get caught on the line, boom, I can switch stick to this guy by pressing the little arrows. I pressed it up that time. Say if I wanted to guard somebody on the flat, I press it to the right. You see, I'm over here, boom. After you get on somebody that's in a defensive coverage assignment, defensive coverage assignment is something like this, you know, whatever. As long as they're in something like this, you know what I'm saying, you can switch stick with the right stick if you don't engage with the lineman. Also, he could be manned up. You know what I'm saying? If he's manned up, then you can switch stick with the right stick. But if he's in a blitz assignment or you get caught on the line, you have to switch stick with the arrows first. If I left out anything, y'all have any questions, make sure y'all comment. Also, my Twitch is in the description. For like, you know, that's why I be answering most of these questions on stream. Hopefully, I helped y'all out in this video. I try to give y'all everything that I did as I went, you know, 161 and 0, all the little tips and tricks. Also, I forgot to mention how to stop the run. Say if I'm playing somebody that's, let's say they in power I forgot to leave that in. But make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. This I stream live, especially on weekends. I'll give y'all free tips. If I see them come out on power I, I'll come out on something like this. Why? Because they can't pass. They don't have no receivers. If they don't have no receivers, I'm not expecting them to pass the ball. If they do, sometimes I come out in QB contain because play action is very deadly with a good mobile quarterback. So boom, they come out here, run the ball. I shoot the gap with this guy. You know what I'm saying? You bring somebody that's typically not going to be in the run fit. Like, for example, if they run to the left right here, they're not going to blow a big. The most they get is probably like 10 yards. I'm living with that. You're not going to be able to stop everything. So I'm expecting them to run to the right because there's more chances for a big play right here. So either you want to use the backside linebacker and like loop around, or you want to use your safety to, you know, because he would be backing up as soon as you hike the ball and he won't be in the run fits. Either one of them two, and you come around, you try to either loop through here, or if it's like a toss or something like that, you loop all the way around, make him cut inside to your defense. That's kind of how you stop the run on this game. So let's do it again. Boom, come down, fill up a gap. I see that's like 2 yards. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna show you how to do it with the backside linebacker. Boom, loop around, and now I'm in there. I'm in there for a tackle for loss. So You can do that out of pretty much any formation. I'm gonna show y'all real quick, just so y'all know I'm not like bullshitting. Come out here and odd. Now, I will tell y'all the difference between like all these. If I'm shooting a run, cover four, it will make your deep safeties come down. The problem with that is if they run play action, they got that little dumb play action ability. You will be like you will give up big plays. But cover four, shade down is a good way to like stop the run if you know your opponent's running the ball. Show you why. Boom. I do something like hard flats, and I use this guy. So boom, y'all see that the safeties, they come in the box. They come in the box straight away. They don't back up and cover four. Stay down just like that. Do it again. Y'all see they come straight down, and you can just loop like that. I'm doing this in dollar. I know like dollar should not be able to stop power, but that's just the game for you. Um, Also, cover three, it puts more people in the box. If you want more people in the box, just to stop the run, you shade underneath. That's why I did that in the first one. It brings the safeties down, and now you just have that deep third that you can use her if you want to. Cover four, cover two, it's solid if you want to stop tosses. Because what happens is with the toss, if you're in like cover three, the corner will back up. Same thing with cover four, the corner will back up. But let me see if I can show the run fits. Can I show the run fits? Well, I can't show the run fits because it's two controllers, but trust. Look at this the corner. Y'all see how he comes down after a little bit and he comes out there to stop the run versus like when you come out here and let's just say cover four. Boom. He's going to back up. Like you see how far back he is? Now, they're not doing a good job blocking, but y'all get the idea. That's how you stop the run. But that's pretty much it. I gave y'all pretty much a lot of tips in this video. This video is a long one. Um, yeah, y'all just let me know if I didn't cover anything, man. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Hopefully, I helped y'all out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.